Good morning and welcome to another episode of the Hope Alive program on Obi Datti Family TV. As you already know, Hope Alive is a program where we highlight individuals and events that are making a difference in our society. My name is Prince Kachi, and with me in the studio today is Loretta Ebo. Yes. Okay. Today on the episode, we're going to be talking about politics in Nigeria, and exactly we're going to be talking about the chances of the Obidati ticket in winning the general elections in 2023. And we have a guest that has just joined us virtually. We're talking about the person of Ike Anthony, who is the Director Operations Obi Vanguard for Good Governance. Welcome to the program, Mr. Ike Anthony. Mr. Ike Anthony.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Probably you're muted. Just check if you're muted so that you can unmute yourself, because I can't really hear you clearly.
I'm actually unmuted. I can hear you very loud and clear.
Okay. But
So
can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
I can hear you.
All right. We're going to start with the Obi Vanguard for Good Governance. What exactly is this support group all about?
Okay. Obi Vanguard for Good Governance was created, was founded sometime in 2018 when Obi was a vice presidential candidate to Atiku, Alhaji Atiku. So it was arrangement. It was a group arranged by those who has been following Peter Obi's footsteps from when he was governor of Anambra State. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Thank you. So it was a group founded by those who has been passionate followers of P2B. And actually, the group was initially named Atiku Obi Vanguard for Good Governance, but the major aim of the group was that P2B was a vice presidential candidate, and we are all his followers, and we know what he did in Anambra. Some of us are actually in the actually in a corporate organization, and he's someone we admire and someone whose works and reputation has inspired most of us. And we decided to come together and found this organization, Obi Vanguard for Governance, for the purpose of projecting his works and what he represents. You know, everybody wants to talk about good governance, we talk about integrity, we talk about capacity, we talk about P2, we think about P2. So most of us who joined the group joined it because of the person of P2B. And when he declared to run for the office of the president, we were like, wow, okay, now we are taking this group to the next level, and we all queue behind. So the main purpose of the group is to project what P2B represent, to sell his candidacy to the Nigerians and mobilize Nigerians. And mobilize Nigerians and let them know what P2B can do, because P2B is actually the best candidate in this election, and Nigeria cannot miss this opportunity. We all know what he did in Anambra. We all know what he presents. So it's very easy for anybody to queue behind, and I'm sure it's a good product.
Okay. All right. I would like to know, what exactly is this support group doing now? Are you making any steps to, support the campaign of Peter Obi and Yusuf Datti? Are you doing any form of sensitization or mobilization on ground? What structure do you have on ground to support the Peter Obi movement?
Okay, let me start by saying this. um, Obi Vanguard for Good Governance is in every state of the federation, in the 35 states, including 36 states, including federal, including capital territory. We have grassroots, and we have gone down to the local governments. This group has, we've been there since 2019. So a lot of people are joining, and we in fact, the group was actually initially at the state level, but now we have gone down to the level. We have gone down to the local government. And I will tell you something. In my area where I stayed in Lagos, some people approached me that they heard about this group, and they heard that I had a position in this group, that they want the group to be founded in the world. I'm not talking about local government level now, but actually in the world, in the polling unit where I stay. You understand me? And the last weekend we held a meeting. So that's how local the group has gone. There's a lot of massive grassroots mobilization going on. Well, I think 2 weeks ago, I was in a meeting when the state coordinator hosted a meeting of his polling unit in his house in Festac. So we are grassroots. We are rooted. We'll be mobilized. Not even today. We didn't even wait for for the PCC of the Labour to constitute their committee. We started mobilizing very early because we've been rooted. We've been here for the past almost 4 years now.
Okay. All right, now let's go back to our topic of today, the chances of the P2B Datti ticket or winning the general elections in 2023. I don't know if you are a member of the Labour Party, but even if you are not, but we've heard it in the past that the Labour Party lacks the adequate structure to deliver P2B as the winner of the candidate. People have said that they don't have, structure on ground when you compare them with the other established political parties like the PDP and the ruling APC. Okay, so they argue that the Labour Party doesn't have that much reach, especially in all the states in Nigeria, in all the polling units, the wards, and all of that. Now, from your vantage point, would you say that the Labour Party has a good structure that can win a presidential election?
Okay, let me start by saying this. Everybody knows Labour Party. I've known them long before P2B joined them. And we all know the affiliation between Labour Party and the Nigeria Labour Congress and the TUC. So anybody who is of the opinion that Labour Party is not rooted in Nigeria is probably deceiving himself. But the major thing is that I want you to take this. I don't know if you watched former INEC Commissioner Mike Nginde or something on Arise TV today. There is something going on in Nigeria that politicians don't want to accept, or they pretend not to know. Nigerians are eager for a change. Nigerians are eager for a new Nigeria. Nigerians are tired of APC and PDP. So what is going on in Nigeria is beyond Labour Party. What is going on today is beyond somebody being a card-carrying member of Labour Party. Nigerians are mobilizing themselves to deliver the man P2B because they see hope in him. One thing people don't understand is that when people lack hope, they are done in life. So the candidacy of P2B give them hope. And that's why you see most Nigerians are mobilizing themselves in every, from state level, from the grassroots, in their local level. I'm surprised. I myself, I was surprised when I was approached by people in my area, near I stayed, that they heard about this and they want the group to be in this area. I mean, you see people who they are eager, they want change. So it's not about whether Labour has have branches in all the wards in Nigeria. It's a question of what Nigeria wants. That's what we are mistaken. Nigeria wants change, and they see hope in P2B, and that's why they are mobilizing themselves in every community, every polling unit in Nigeria. They are mobilizing themselves. In my village, for example, I will take, okay, I don't know that Labour is in my village, but I never knew. But it was this campaign that made me, if in fact, even the chairman of the ward even called me that he saw what we are doing, and he's happy. So the election of 2023 is not all about whether Labour is rooted, or which we know they are rooted in every local government. But but what we are talking now is beyond beyond Labour. We are talking about Nigeria fair now. Every single Nigerians, every youth, working or not working, want Peter because they see he represents the hope of every single Nigerians. Forget what the shenanigans of politicians. They don't want to accept the facts. I was arguing with one of them a few days ago. I told them the earlier you accept the fact that Peter Obi is the man to beat, the earlier the better for you. Nigerians are tired of APC and PDP, and that's why at the local level they are mobilizing themselves. I'm not a carry member of. I'm not. Let me tell you, I'm not even interested in Nigerian politics. I'm not a carry member. A card carry member of Labour Party, but I am an advocate of good governance. Okay. I'm an advocate of shutting down the cost of governance, and that's why I think P2B is the best option. And I'm queuing behind him, and most of us are queuing behind him. So that's the fact.
Okay, so just like what you have just said, you are not a card-carrying member of the Labour Party, and we have seen so many groups spring up, okay, for the obedient movement. Your group, the Obi Vanguard for Good Governance, is one of the many groups, many support groups that has come up for Peter Obi, and we have seen people donating their money, donating their houses, donating different things just for this movement. And it's been called an organic movement. That's the word that we've been hearing so far since the P2B mandate started. So we have seen 1 million man marches in different states of Nigeria, and it seemed as if the P2B marches heralded the campaigns, and we saw the other parties, trying to copy the obedience movement in the marches. And it's looking as if P2B has like an upper hand. But the PDP is still regarded as the major opposition. Why is it that the political parties in Nigeria have refused to recognize the impact of the obedience movement and the Datti candidacy?
Okay, let me say this. That this traditional ideology that for you to be rooted in Nigeria politics, there is, the major thing why probably they've written up P2B because of Labour Party has no what's it called? Serving governors and serving local government, House of Reps and all that. So that's it. But the point they are missing is that Nigerians are tired of them. Now, when you talk of structures, we talk about people. That is what you're not. Structure is not building. Structure is people. Then when a House of Rep, for example, in this area, and the people who he think he has control over are tired of him and his party, what do you expect? The people are tired of this government. The people are tired of what is going on in Nigeria. Forget that PDP. If the PDP is what's it called? It's capsizing. It's a ship they are sinking. They don't understand. Okay, I read this morning or yesterday. I read what the former governor of Cross River said Donald do that PDP has lost 75% of votes in Southeast and 50% in South.
Hello, Mr. Ike Anthony. It seems you're having network problems. Okay. Mr. Ike Anthony. Loretta, so he was just pointing out how, okay, how the political climate in Nigeria seems to be, toxic, and people are tired. People are tired of the other parties, that already established parties that have the supposed structures, and people want something different this time. And he's trying to say that people are no more playing party politics. It's not about the party anymore, but about the individual. And they seem to have found that individual. They found the hope in Mr. Peter Obi. Do you agree with what he just said?
Yes, I agree with him because it's so obvious that the majority of Nigerians, they are tired of the present administration, even the previous administration of government, and they want something better.
Okay.
They want something better, and they have seen it in the person of Mr. Peter Obi that this person who's seen that he's going to bring hope to us, he's going to restore our economy, he's going to make sure he eradicates the issue of insecurity and all of that. And Nigerians, they are doing all they can to make sure they give him their full support to ensure that he emerges as the
All
winner.
right. We have Mr. Ike Anthony back. Okay. I guess the network issues. All right. So you were saying something. Please, we'd like you to conclude on that before we go to the next question.
I read what he said, that PDP has actually lost 75% of their votes in Southeast and 50% in South South. And I think he's been very economical with it. We know the truth. If PDP is gone, take it to any place. Put me. PDP stronghold has been South South and they've lost it to Labour. That's and even the candidate of APC is struggling in Southwest, because we know even the Southwest people, they are very educated people. They know what they want. They want a change. And they know the APC candidate, they know him, they know what he did in Lagos. Of course, nobody can deny the fact that Lagos in his pocket, and the entire Southwest doesn't want that. So the PDP did not only lose Southeast and South, but the APC has lost Southwest for Labour. Quote me anywhere. Even the home state of the APC candidate is struggling, and he's going to lose in Lagos. So what are they talking about? People want change. We're not talking about party anymore. We're talking about the personality of the candidates.
Yeah,
that's the point. We're talking about the candidate, not the party anymore. We want a new Nigeria, and that's what P2B represents. It's very unfortunate that PDP, as a major opposition party, they failed even as the opposition party. We are not talking about they failed as a ruling party 7 years ago, and even as an opposition party in the last 7 years they failed. So we shouldn't be talking about.
you were talking about grassroots mobilization. All right. Let's consider the six political
has been P2B best outing in this campaign season. As far as I'm concerned, that has been his best. P2B, I think he's prepared for that outing. And if believe me, we saw with the video, we saw what happened at the venue, we saw how people were clapping for you, saw how people were happy that for the first time that they heard directly from the man. Honestly speaking, let me tell you, I will be disappointed if eventually they send Peter Obi lost in the north, especially in the south, in the northwest. I personally, I will be disappointed, because what I saw at the interactive session with the Arewas was very impressive. Peter Obi was very he tackled every single issues they raised. I mean, if they were all impressed with his response, every single one of them were. Hold on. Not only P2B, I watched the presentation made by the APC and the PDP, and I saw the reactions of even the committee members. We know who saw them. We could the women who were holding their heads and who were pretending laughing at one of the candidates. But when P2B came on, but then we are so happy. Let me tell you something. P2B is one person. It's a good product to sell. It's very easy. Even marketing, it's a product that's very easy to sell. You don't even need to to stress yourself marketing him because he's a good product. So it was an easy convincing outing for him in our Joint Committee. They were so impressed. They were so happy. We saw the reactions of the people, and I can tell you, honestly speaking, that message synced in their brain, and they will take up from there.
Yes. Okay. So still on that outing. Before now, it's been generally assumed that P2B is not popular in the North. But we saw something contrary to that at the interactive session in Kaduna State, where we saw people cheering, and clapping. They even the leaders even had to try to caution them and try to calm them at some point.
Yes.
So, but these are Northerners in that meeting, okay? And from the look of the whole meeting, it seemed as if they were trying to protect their interests. They were asking P2B questions about if he becomes president, what he's going to do for the North. This was in a bid to assuage the persuasions and feelings of the Northerners, because some of them may have this mindset towards a Southeastern candidate. Okay? So we saw P2B addressing these issues and, trying to meet them at the point of their needs. And P2B also made a statement about the North being the place of prosperity for Nigeria, the next boom. He made some statements about the North, him growing the North, the farmlands, and the insecurity that has ravaged the place, and how that's going to be the next center for Nigeria. All right, so talking about those questions that has to do with the Northerners, do you think that he really met with their questions? He really responded and met up with their needs and answered their questions properly? They asked him questions about IPOB. They asked him questions about the Monday sit at home that is going on in the Southeast and how it's going to affect his government. Because some people have thought that because he's a Southeastern person, he's going to represent the IPOB, and it's a terrorist group in the Southeast. And a lot of people have that kind of perception about the man P2B. But do you think he was able to convince them that he's pan-Nigerian and not just about the Southeast?
Let me say this. P2B was very clear with his response. For example, when there was the issue of raising, like when P2B was in government, there was the issue of Northern using ID cards, and he challenged them to prove one person that was issued and when he was in government. And he said, if we're able to prove one person, provide an evidence, he will stop campaigning. That is what leadership is all about. He was sure. I think when P2B was in Anambra, was a governor that was in Anambra then, I never heard that non-indigenous were asked to use ID cards. Never. Now, coming about not believing in his candidacy and all that. Okay, let me say this. A particular thing, there was a particular statement he made when he was asked about the ECN and all that, who founded ECN and all that. The governors founded ECN. I was a bit relaxed. I was a bit confused. Now, until a friend, I was with a friend yesterday, he sent me a link where the governor of Imo State, an APC member, actually said that IPOB hijacked ECN from them. So that means that ECN was actually founded by the Southeast governor. So that means Peter Obi was right in his response to them that he couldn't have intervened in ECM because they were founded by the Southeast governor. You understand me? So talking about other responses made, he made to them. To me, I believe that if you can unlock not, you unlock Nigeria. Nigeria is actually not working. He spoke about the vast idle lands in the north. This is actually what we need. This is actually what we need to do. Any government, it doesn't matter if it will be wins or not. Any government that comes into this country that take over in 2023 need to do something with the north, especially unlocking the empty, idle lands in the north, making them productive. This has nothing. It's not even all about P2B. It's all about Nigeria. That place has been idle. You can imagine a vast. It's not like me, for example. I walk into my village and I saw a vast land idle, not cultivated, nothing. And my people are moving to nearest village to buy food. It sounds abnormal. So every single Northerners who want food on their table, because believe it or not, what is going on in the north today and in Nigeria at large is all about hunger. Insecurity is caused by hunger. When people said it in that interactive forum that when you put food in the people's table, they will think less of crime. So unlocking the north means solving partially the problem of insecurity in the north. He dealt with all the questions as they come in. He answered them to my own satisfaction. I don't know about any other person, but for my own satisfaction, he dealt with the questions one after the other. He actually convinced me. He actually proved to me that yes, I was right by supporting this man. Like I told you, I'm not a politician, I'm not a carry member of anybody, but this man, as far as I'm concerned, this is the hope of New Nigeria.
Okay. Talking, I heard you say that you have different groups in the 36 states in Nigeria. So I would like to know what are some of the challenges you have encountered in trying to reach out to people and sensitize
them about the obedience movement and
about some of the extent you've been able to reach.
Okay, let me say Obi Vanguard for good governance. We have not actually, apart from is self-financed. We source for fun within ourselves, and we write to some prominent Nigerians who believe in. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Now, we source for finance within ourselves and all our friends who also believe in our cause. In terms of challenges, I think the major challenges is all about we have a government who does not respect rule of law, and when a government do not respect the rule of law, is what's it called? It trickled down to the grassroots that even their supporters will not be obedient to rule of the law. So one of the challenges, especially in this area where I stay in Lagos, people are afraid of the the leading party, the APC. So people are actually worried about what their reactions will be when they move into market. People are scared of the attacks, because we know what APC candidates presents. We know what he can do, and what he can do. So the major challenges we have now is not actually fun. It's not actually, and where our people are ready to work. Our people are already moving. Even in, like I told you earlier, in my area, how they gathered themselves to approach me This why this is not even I'm talking. I'm not even talking about what I heard. I'm talking about what I saw. How they approach me that this is what they want to do, including the indigenous of this country. But they are scared of the reactions of the area, but the talks around this area. I'll give you an example. A few weeks ago, I was in a barber salon, and this election, before I came in the election, they were not discussing about the election and all that. But I didn't alter the word. I was just listening to them, and the barber was on my head. And at the end of the day, when those people, I think when they left, the Baba said, "Okay, I was happy that the Baba put me as a Yoruba man." And he said, I was happy he didn't even say anything. I was like, I asked him why. He said the reason why him did not even utter to challenge those boys was because if he had spoken against APC, they would have challenged him. They would have attacked him. I think I posted this on Facebook some time ago. And they were all scared of what the reactions of APC will be when they talk about P2P and Labour in Lagos State. You understand me? So the major challenges of our group is what the reactions of this area got, because in every bus stop in Lagos you have area boys. That's the major challenges. So Nigeria government and of course security agencies can assure everybody an easy playground and a level playground that you can go about, talk to people, because campaign is all about marketing. Market your candidate to people without being attacked, without being stopped and all that. I think it would have been easier for us. But I'm happy what is going on in Nigeria because everybody wants a new Nigeria. No, mention P2P, they know. Mention P2P, they know what it represents. Mention Atiku, everybody know him. Mention Bola Tinubu, they know what he represents. So it's very easy for people to differentiate what they want in this election. Now that I challenge them, I think that two of my friends, I've challenged them for a debate. I told them, come on, if you can convince me that APC candidate is better than my candidate, I'll stop supporting people. But they turned it down because they know that my candidate is better and he's the best in this.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, before now, we've heard a lot of persons say that social media wasting their time making noise, and yet they are not paying attention to the things which are very important. Now I want to ask about what your group is doing about sensitizing the people on getting their PVC.
So what are you doing about telling the people, educating them
on
how they
can
can
get
get
their
their
PVC,
PVC, and how sure are you that
majority of the persons you are leading
ready to vote, and what are you doing about those who are yet to get their PVC?
I want Nigerians to hear this. It's not about my support group, what my support group is doing. Nigerians are eager to vote. Nigerians on their own. I have a joint in my area where
Okay, we seem to have some interruption there, but we're going to try to get back to E.K. Anthony, who is the Director of Operations, Obi Vanguard for Good Governance. That's the person that we have been talking to as we round up this conversation, Loretta. Yeah, I think he was about to say that it's not just about his group. Yeah, but the entirety of Nigerians have woken up, okay, we saw the people that trooped out to register for their PVCs. But we only hope that they go back to pick up those PVCs.
Exactly.
Exactly, because without the PVC, you cannot vote. No matter the support that you declare for Peter Obi, you cannot help him if you do not have a PVC. Okay, we have Mr. Ike Anthony back. Please just round up.
An incident that happened just over the weekend, where we normally see all over the weekend. Is a joint in my area, and I was happy when I overheard some people talking about collecting their PVCs, going to collect their PVCs. Now, the issue about my group is not. I mean, what I'm trying to say is not even about. It's beyond my group. My group, we are also, I think, very very soon we want to start mobilizing people. I myself and the convener, we've spoken about how to mobilize, especially when it comes to logistics for people to go and collect their PVCs. But what I'm trying to say is that I was happy that over the weekend people shows concern. People are eager to vote, and someone said he has gone to collect his PVC, and another person said he want to know the people that registered in August or so when the PVC will be out. And I saw the desire of Nigerians for a new Nigeria. Do you understand me? So this is the most great. I'm happy when I watched Mike Nkini on Arise TV today. He told them to forget about every other thing. That he's happy that Nigerians are eager to vote. Nigerians want a new Nigeria, and they are eager to vote. It doesn't matter whether any group is doing anything or that. Nigerians themselves, you can see the desire, you can see the desire, you can see them eager. They want to do everything possible aside registering for PVC, but they are eager to collect their PVC and vote because they want to express themselves through voting. The politicians had told us to, if you think we are not happy, I think I've already this weekend, this a few days ago, when I think he probably is a candidate of PDP, said if you are not happy with something, you should express it through ballot box. So we should express through voting. So we are going to express ourselves. We are going to express our anger through voting on 2023.
Okay.
Yes, are eager to do that.
Mr. Ike Anthony, even as much as Nigerians have the desire now to vote, I don't think it's okay if we just go and relax and say, okay, we have won the elections and there is nothing more to do.
We are not relaxing. We obedience are not relaxing. We cannot relax. We obedience, we cannot relax. In fact, I'm telling you, we are ready, and I'm ready to do what to support. And no matter where your polling booth, where you are going to get your PVC, we are going to support you. Our group, we are doing a program on how to support people in their localities, because that's where the problem is, in their localities, on how to get their PVC. A lot of people have registered. Of course, I didn't confirm the mass is something new in the system. Yes. So we are going to encourage them to make sure that at least 95% of these people that registered newly because of P2P get their PVCs.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to where we started from. If I ask you to predict the results of the general elections in 2023, who would you say is the winner?
Now, let me ask you. Southeast and South is the pocket, coolly chilling in the pocket of Labour candidates. Northwest and North Central, who has been disenfranchised, who had been manhandled by the APC government, do you think they can get any vote in North Central? I want you to answer that. Now, I don't think they can. I don't think APC or PDP can have any effect in North Central, because actually, about four states out of the six states in North Central is actually in the pocket of P2B. We have those votes. Now, if the APC candidates, I'm sorry for him, but those Southwest people are very educated people. When you talk about restructuring, of course, they know that the man from them, at Atiku, can't do anything for the Southwest. They know. So Tinubu and Atiku, they are going to share vote of Northeast and Northwest. But North Central is actually in the pocket of P2B. Combine the way you combine that with South and Southeast, and quote me, P2B win at least 40% of votes in Northwest.
Northwest. Okay.
Southwest, sorry. In Southwest. I repeat myself.
But bear in mind that he also needs a 25% win in the Northeast and Northwest.
Let me repeat myself again. South and Southeast, P2B has them in his pockets. Even and PDP chieftain has confirmed that. North Central has been the battlefield of all this every election season. If you don't win North Central, nobody who has won the presidency did not win. I mean, you must win North Central to be declared the president of Nigeria. Now, I tell you that out of the 6 states in North Central, P2B will win 4. Quote me. P2B will win 4. Out of 6 states in North Central, P2B will win 4. If not 5. You understand me? So I'm being sincere to myself. I'm not saying it for media sake, I'm being sincere to myself now. Now, in Southwest, unfortunately, PDP don't have a stake in Southwest. I don't think if they can get up to 10% of votes in Southwest, quote me. But in Southwest, P2B will give APC candidate the run for his money. They are going to share that vote, because the Lagos vote, if APC doesn't take time, P2B will beat APC in Lagos State. Now, it's very Northeast and Northwest. I don't know what they can do with Northeast and Northwest between APC and PDP. P2B will likely. I don't want to give myself too much hope about Northeast and Northwest, but I can tell you what is going to happen even in that North, because there are majority even in that Northeast and North South. Remember, there are there are Christians in those states who are feel marginalized. Even I don't know if you want the Arewa Joint Forum, an elderly man spoke about it. The elderly man that spoke last, he said most Christians in the North only talk about P2B. He said it.
Yes, that's what he said.
Most in the North only talk about P2B. So, and I know that the Christians in Northeast and North South and Northeast and Northwest probably can give them 30% or 40% of the population in the area. Because I can tell you they are not more than the most. So if who can get most numbers of the Christians in the Northeast and Northwest and the few Muslims, because I'm not relying, I'm not going to give myself that much hope that Muslims stand for P2B, except the use of those regions decide that they actually want a new Nigeria. Which I'm beginning to see the change, beginning to see the reactions, and I think they might bring a surprise to APC and PDP.
So this means that you foresee a win for the Labour Party and
Completely.
All right. I'll save this video and we'll bring it back in February when the election results come back. And we hope that you win this bet.
Any day, I've challenged the APC members. I've challenged them, and the facts are there.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. E.K. Anthony. It has been a pleasure talking to you. All right, we hope that you'll be able to come and be on the show some other time in the future.
Of course, any day, anytime, I'll be here. No, let
All
me.
right, all right, all right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's interesting, Loretta. So do you also subscribe to that result that he just mentioned?
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. I
Yeah.
am convinced that Peter Obi is emerging as the winner of this election come 2023.
Yeah, that's what we talk about here. All right, that is why we are here. This is the Obi Datti Family TV, and we are here to give you updates around Peter Obi and also preach the message of Peter Obi that you should also take this message to your neighbors, to the people around you, to people around your working place, and even on your social media. Okay, keep spreading the word about Peter Obi, and this is how we are going to create a new Nigeria, a Nigeria of our dreams. All right, this is where we round up today's episode of the program Hope Alive. Do well to join us again next week, Wednesday, as this program holds every Wednesday by 11 a.m. All right, also follow us on our Facebook. Our Facebook page is at Obi Datti Family TV, and we are also on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Obi Datti Family TV. All right, that's all we have for you on today's program. My name still remains Prince Kachi and Loretta Ebo right here in the studio. We want to say have a wonderful, wonderful day ahead, and bye for now.